Well, that was a terrific win. I think Pitt's really good. I think Jeff's done a terrific job with their team and coaching them certainly, but also just recruiting the pieces together and getting those guys to play. They play really hard, and I mean they only had 3 turnovers in the game. You know, that's well played. So we beat a really good team today. Obviously, they made shots early. I'm proud of our guys. I thought our defense was terrific, and you know it's been a lot better than I've probably given it credit for here for the last month or so. And obviously that's a big part of why we're having some success. Obviously the end of the half was huge. The plays down the stretch there at the end of the half to only be down 4 after they start the game making a bunch of threes, and we're having a little bit of a hard time on offense. And then the second half was just I thought we played good basketball for the most part on both ends. Again, did our best defensively to make it hard on them, and I thought we were aggressive and had a good mix to our game. So I thought Jack was phenomenal guarding Henson and just had an unbelievable game defensively. Great to see Josh Beadle come off the bench and make a couple of big plays and just provide a spark, which we all know we can do. So this was just a great team win against a really good team. Questions for me?
This maybe wasn't quite the physical brawl that Florida State was, but it was still very physical.
Yeah.
Their guards are quick. How does this set you up for playing tournament ball later
Yeah.
on, playing in the season?
Yeah, I mean, it does from the standpoint of this is a tournament team, in my opinion. I mean, those guys can easily get in the tournament and win games. And so just competing well against teams like this should give us confidence and certainly great experiences. And, you know, it's really good experience for some of the guys that, you know, Josh Beadles and Jack Clarks and guys off our bench. You know, obviously Ian with a huge 3. I thought Ian played very well again tonight. You know, some of our guys are ready-made guys. They're Joe and Chase and PJ. Those dudes are ready for anything. But some of your other guys, these experiences are vital to their confidence. And so this was, again, hopefully a big confidence builder for some of them.
Brad, how clutch was that? I mean, you need a little bit of luck sometimes, but that shot there that
Chase.
made,
Yeah, it was a big one. They guarded our initial action very well. We moved it. Chase got the ball. We were in space, and they were there. There was some space there. I thought he was going to go to the basket, but he backed the guy up, and you know that's a shot he's made a little bit this year. And he just made it at halftime against Florida State. It's really the same play, just kind of a chop your feet attack move that a lot of guards make. You know, he's played really well these last 3 weeks, just on both ends, and I think. You know, I talked about this a lot last year that Chase, you're asking him to do a lot when you're guarding the point guard and you're dealing with all the ball screens on defense and you're being pressured and we got to initiate offense. And, you know, he probably played too much. He played 36 minutes. You know, I think that's probably 4 or 5 too many to be as efficient as we want you to be. But thankfully he was up to it tonight because I thought he was terrific.
Has Jack been the catalyst to this defensive turnaround?
He's been a big help because of the rebounding. I mean, you think about it, he had 9 defensive rebounds, and then his ability to switch and guard different people. I mean, his defense tonight was terrific, and you know we've used him in a lot of different ways. Probably the common person wouldn't know in terms of being able to switch, and he's guarded point guards. He switched on to the center some at Georgia Tech. So yes, his versatility and his experience. I think, you know, his experience is vital. He's an older guy that's played a lot of games, been through the wars. I mean, how about the pass he made? I mean, terrific pass, right? You don't even think about it, but huge play. So I just think he's been very good.
You guys had 7 first half turnovers. How can you clean up that side of the ball? Clean up the turnovers.
Man, my man's going out my negative. He's going negative on me. We're having a big win. He's going, no, that's all right. We actually do. We can't have 7 turnovers. You're right. Well, we had a couple of our post players careless with outlet passes. And I think a little bit of that, sometimes our guard, like Chase, gets fatigued and sometimes should be getting it on the move. And I just think, you know, like PJ had one on an initiation of a ball reversal with some things that I think sometimes the game, like, it takes him first media to, like, he hadn't been practicing, and so then all of a sudden the pace is so quick that he's just a half step behind on some things. But we've just got to keep working at it. You know, you got to make decisions. You got to be strong with the ball, and different teams are going to do different things. They were heavy on pressure on the wings. You know, we try to do some other things to combat it. I thought it helped us, but we did have a couple turnovers that you got to clean up in games like this.
Is that what
Brad,
you were?
Yes, sir.
20 wins, 2 years
Yeah.
in a row for you.
Yeah.
And you still I know last year it didn't really help.
Yeah, yeah.
You still cherish the 20-win
Yeah,
means something to you?
absolutely. Yeah, I think that's, you know, whatever we play 30, 31 games, 31 regular season games to win 20 games in this day and age, college basketball, hard to do. And, you know, certainly credit goes to my staff and players. Players win these games with big-time plays. And so, yeah, I think it speaks to consistency. 2 years in a row, you know, maybe 3 out of 4 in terms of really good winning percentages. I just think I think our program has done very well. We got things we got to keep moving on and try to keep doing better. And hopefully this is a team that can take it to another level. But certainly I do think 20 wins is significant.
PJ not being full speed early, is that what you were getting on him?
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit. Just like a couple careless plays, like in the foul, you just can't do that. Like, I mean, drives me insane because we've talked about it, and he loses his mind a little bit. And I love him dearly. But when you're not out there every day and you're not practicing walling and Mozgov and these things that we do on defense, you know, you're a step behind. Now, I will say this, down the stretch, he was really good, you know, and his defensive discipline was good. And that's part of what drives me crazy is I know I need him at the end, and he's over there sitting next to us with foul trouble, and it's like, hey, man, we can't be doing this. Like, you know, we got to win the war. You know, you might have to lose a battle here. And it's funny, in the last game there was a play where he's in a little bit of foul trouble again. He had 3, and they kind of beat somebody, and he was late getting there, and he was going to come over. It was going to be a foul, and he let him go, and they scored. It wasn't great, but better than like an and 1, and he's over here with 4. And so just getting him to understand that, you know, his value, how important he is. There are times, and then, you know, his 3rd foul tonight, he's like fouling a guy passing the ball. Like, we don't need that one. Like, it's not going to kill us if that guy reversed it. We're okay. Like, but he wants to play hard. He's a competitor. That's what I love about him. And again, he had some big baskets and big rebounds. And I thought his defense was good down the stretch.
Playing off of that.
Touching on PJ a little bit, the next time you play in this gym, it'll be senior night.
Yeah.
What has he meant to the
Oh,
program?
man.
He's quirky at times. He frustrates you with some fouls at times. But, I mean, what a core.
Yeah, I love him. I mean, I absolutely love him. He's been an absolute joy. I'll get emotional if I talk about it too long. I really will, because I'm going to miss him more than you know. He just cares about everybody. Cares about our program, cares about me, cares about his teammates. And I think he feels bad right now that he's not practicing. And, I mean, it's just like it's genuine. And he doesn't want to let anybody down. And so it's hard. He's hard on himself. But he's an ultimate program guy. I mean, he just, whatever we need to do, he wants to do. And, I mean, he's been an absolute joy, and I'm extremely grateful to coach him.
Playing off of that, kind of with the rest, how big was tonight in the sense that you kind of keep that goal in front of you that you can get that double bye, which y'all guys need?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's, you know, very hard. But, yeah, I mean, it's this win was big. Obviously we've been tied with Pitt, and now we got to go back on the road, and Notre Dame's one of the best defensive teams. I've watched their film a lot this year. Micah's doing a terrific job. They play extremely hard, and they're hard to beat because they're hard to score against. So that'll be a challenge. But this obviously keeps positive momentum going, which is really good. And we're, you know, day off tomorrow, which is good for the players. I think we've gone about 10 days in a row and 3 games in 7 days. And so just a day to kind of decompress and take a deep breath and get some guys in with the trainers and do the things we need to do there to hopefully get right so we can get prepared properly for our next one.
And for Chef, again, he's a guy that, to me, plays so much bigger than he is. I mean, you just watch him.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy's 6'10",
intensity.
Yeah.
What is it about him that allows him to play that much?
He's a better athlete than people think, especially vertically. And obviously he's got toughness and strength. You know, and then what's fun is to see him become a better basketball player, like making a big-time three, you know, backing a guy down and scoring in the paint over top of a good athlete. Those are big-time basketball plays. You know, and he's really improved that. That's not something that he's always been a good rebounder. He's always been a guy that can pass a little bit, you know, but scoring and all the other things, not really what was wired to do. And obviously for his development, future of the program, that's going to be huge that he keeps taking those steps. And, you know, he was terrific today. Double-double. I mean, big-time rebounds at the end of the game. Like just, yeah, proud of him.
Coach, start with looking at, it seemed like Pitt at the beginning of the first half and kind of stretching through. They kind of took an early lead. They seemed like they had the hot hand for
Yeah,
scoring.
they did.
With the four turnovers in the first 5 minutes, I kind of led them on that run. But coming into the second half, it seemed like it switched. You guys started to score a lot more and turn the ball.
Yeah, I think we just did a better job of understanding, players of understanding exactly how they were playing and trying to attack it a little bit better, a little more efficient. I think we got one or two in transition. Josh got a couple buckets driving it, which we needed to continue to do. So yeah, again, they played great. I mean, the first beginning of the game, they were on fire, and they had us on skates a little bit. They were moving it, and again, I'm so proud of our guys for being able to guard them as well as we did. I mean, the crazy stat in the game is they took 61 shots and we only took 48, so they got 13 more shots. That's usually not a recipe for success. So with too many turnovers, and they got some offensive rebounds too, that's, you know, and they didn't turn the ball over. Hard to beat teams like that. You really got to fight defensively. So that means you got to get a lot more stops, which we did. So that's why we won.
Having Josh as well as RJ coming off the bench to score in clutch moments like this game,
Yeah.
especially near the end for Beadle, as well as just this game as well, but also other past close.
Yeah, he's done some really good things. You know, we've talked about Josh a lot. You know, I frustrated the heck out of me. The first play on defense, he goes in and we play zone for one possession. I tell him exactly what they're going to do, and then he does exactly not what we're supposed to do, and we give up a three. You know, and I take him out and I'm like, hey man, it makes it hard to play you, right? But I said, be ready because you are going right back. You're going back, and I felt like there were some things in this game that would be good for him, and. I mean, I tell you what was a great play that he made was when Ian got stuck under the basket and Josh made two cuts and ended up with a layup on a little drop-off pass. But, like, that's a great basketball play. That takes some smarts, and Josh made a huge play on that. So
Bernardi's got you as a number 5 seed as of tonight. Can you sit back and relax?
No, we're not worried about any of that yet. We're still trying to just do the best we can in this league. Obviously, we're competing for the double bye, and we're just trying to win the next one. You know, really not. I mean, obviously, we're all aware of it, but we're not talking about it a lot. You know, we are talking about trying to win the double bye. We've been talking about that. We talked about it leading into this game.
With about 2.5 minutes left, PJ came over and asked for a timeout. You didn't take it on that possession. You waited till the next one. What was the difference in what you saw in those?
I was hoping that we could get through that possession and get a score, and then they might call timeout. And I wanted to have 2 if we could in the last couple because, you know, if we're up, there's going to be pressing and trapping, and, you know, you're going to need 1 for that. And then you might also want another one for whatever, a score or something that your guys need. So I was just trying to get through it, but we didn't have a great possession. And I could tell our guys were exhausted. And so it's like, I got to call it now because if we don't score and they come back at us, we're not ready defensively because we're so tired.
Probably time for 1 or 2 more.
Coach, I just want to ask real quick about the Gallavity ACC that you talk about.
Yeah.
You broke it open, another emotional win. Notre Dame next. How do you keep the mentality fortitude for the players on track?
Yeah. I mean, it's what we all do, right? I mean, it's, you know, we approach it every week, kind of lay it out in front of the guys what we have. Obviously, we'll have the off day tomorrow, so we'll reconvene on Thursday. We'll watch some clips of this and try to learn some things and talk about Notre Dame. and give them our full attention Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And our guys understand. They'll be mature. Doesn't guarantee you're going to win. You got to make shots, play well, all those things. But at this late date, you know, guys understand what's left and what you need to do if you want to finish where you want to finish. So I think there's been good focus. Obviously, we won 6 out of 7. I think sometimes, you know, you just get beat. Sometimes the other team plays well. You know, like we made some big-time plays today. I don't think Pitt played poorly at all. They're a really good team, so this was a good one. Everybody good?